There are many things that I have to discuss with you for the chapter Surface Chemistry, and it is lesson number 8 regarding surface chemistry. So see here, in lesson 8 of surface chemistry, the first thing is that important features of solid catalyst. Activity. First of all, it is activity, means catalyst must be active, means the reactants must get adsorbed reasonably strongly on to the catalyst to become active. It has been found that for hydrogenation reaction, the catalytic activity increases from group 5 to group 11. So this is about the example of activity. Now the second point is that selectivity. The selectivity of catalyst directs a reaction to yield a particular product, means a particular catalyst can give a particular product. As for example, when nickel catalyst is used, we will get methane, but for the same reactants, if this catalyst will be used, then methanol will be obtained. So this is about the selectivity of catalyst, and here is the example of a selective catalyst. Let us see on page number 2. Zeolites are good safe selective catalysts. This is the example of catalyst. Now about the enzyme catalysis. Numerous reactions that occur in the bodies of animals and plants to maintain the life processes are catalyzed by enzymes. So this is about the enzyme. Following are the examples of enzyme catalyzed reactions. Now on the third page, inversion of cane sugar. The inverted zymease converts cane sugar into glucose and fructose. So here zymease, example of zymease is conversion of glucose into ethyl alcohol. This is another catalyst. Conversion of maltose into glucose. So maltase is another enzyme catalyst. Decomposition of urea into ammonia. So here urease is another type of enzyme catalyst. So in this way there are so many types of enzyme catalyst. Conversion of milk into curd. Here it is an enzymatic reaction brought about by lactobacillus enzyme present in curd. So these are the examples. Now these are the examples of different enzyme, and it is the source, and here is the enzymatic reaction. Now characteristics of enzyme catalysis, means what are the characteristics of enzyme catalyst? First, most highly efficient, means it should be highly efficient, because when even a small amount of curd can make large amount of milk into convert large amount of milk into curd. So this is the meaning of the most highly efficient. Highly specific means different reactions require different enzymes. For example, the enzyme urease catalyzes the hydrolysis of urea. This is the meaning about it, means different reactions require different enzymes. Means some you might have seen that before this in page number 3, that maltase convert maltose into glucose, zymease converts glucose into ethyl alcohol. So in this way, this is the meaning about the highly specific. Highly active under optimum temperature, means it works under optimum temperature, means when you will put curd in very hot milk or a very cold milk, then you will not, your milk will not get converted into curd. So this is the meaning about it. Now on page number 5, highly active under optimum pH. So this is same thing with the pH effect. Now effect of activators and coenzymes. The enzymatic activity is increased when vitamin as coenzyme is present with an enzyme. The metal ions such as sodium, copper activators increase the catalytic activity of enzyme by making weak bond to enzyme molecules. Influence of inhibitors and poisons. The inhibitors and poisons often reduce or can completely destroy the catalytic activity of enzyme by interacting with active functional group of the enzyme surface. Now mechanism of enzyme. Enzyme have cavities on their surface having characteristic shape which possesses active groups like amino, carboxyl, bond SH, bond OH, etc. The reactant molecules which have complementary shape fit into this cavity like a key and a lock and forms an activated complex which then decompose to yield products. So this is the diagram or the reaction, means here is the enzyme, here is the substrate, S means substrate, and it makes a chemical bond like that, this ES. In a step 2, decomposition of the activated complex to form product, P is product, E is again enzyme. So recovery of enzyme. Here examples of industrial catalysts, manufacture of ammonia by. So these are the examples of catalyst, industrial catalyst. Now on page number 7, the examples of colloids based on physics, means colloids have been classified in 3 ways. First, on the state of physical state of dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Classification based on nature of interaction between dispersed phase and dispersion medium. First, this is the examples, and classification based on nature of it, means this is another type of example. Here I mean to say that the first type is based on the state of dispersed phase and dispersion medium, whether in some case if the dispersion medium is liquid, then it is liquid sol. If the dispersion medium is solid, then it is solid sol. If the dispersion medium is gas, then it is known as aerosol. With the help of lesson 9, in lesson 9 it will become very clear. Today I will discuss in this class. I am coming on that point. Now the type based upon the interaction between dispersed phase and dispersion phase. So there are 2 types, lyophilic and lyophobic. Means the colloidal solution in which the particles of the dispersed phase have a great affinity for the dispersion medium are called lyophilic colloids. Gum, gelatin, means such type of colloid can be made easily. Lyophobic colloid, the colloidal solution is in which there is no affinity between particles of the dispersed phase and dispersion medium are called lyophobic colloids. Example, aluminum hydroxide, iron hydroxide, arsenious sulfide, etc. Now on page number 8, so these are the differences between lyophilic and lyophobic colloids. Now with the help of lesson 9, I am going to discuss for the lesson 9. Now this is about the classification based on types of particles of dispersed phase and or dispersion or the molecular size. Very important for the examination. This is multimolecular colloids. When on dissociation, when on dissolution, atoms or smaller molecules of substances having dimension less than 1 nm aggregate together to form particles of colloidal dimensions. The particles thus formed are called multimolecular colloids. Example: salts of gold atoms, salts of sulfur molecules, etc. Note: in these colloids, the particles are held together by van der Waals forces. Now, macromolecular colloids. These are the substances having big size molecules called macromolecules, which on dissolution form solution in which the dispersed phase particles have size in the colloidal range. Such substances are called macromolecular colloids. Example: naturally occurring macromolecules: starch, cellulose, proteins, enzymes, gelatin, etc. Now, on the second page of the surface chemistry 9 lesson, artificial macromolecules are synthetic polymers such as nylon, polythene, plastics, polystyrene, etc. Now, third type of colloid is associated colloids. These are the substances which, when dissolved in a medium, behave as normal electrolytes at low concentration but behave as colloidal particles at high concentration due to the formation of aggregated particles. Example: in aqueous solution, soap ionizes as like this, stearate ion and sodium stearate ionizes like this. In concentrated solution, these ions get dissociated to form an aggregate of colloidal size. Now, note number one. The colloidal behaviors of such substances is due to the formation of aggregates or clusters in solution. Micelles are the cluster or aggregated particles formed by association of colloids in solution. Now, on page number 3, the common examples of micelles are soaps and detergents when they are dissolved in water. Kraft temperature. The formation of micelles takes place above a particular temperature called Kraft temperature. Critical micellization concentration. The formation of micelles takes place above a particular concentration called critical micellization concentration. Means below this temperature they do not form, they behave as normal electrolyte, but after above this temperature and above this concentration they behave as associated colloids. Different micelles have different values of CMC. These colloids have both liophobic and liophiलिc parts. Multimolecular colloids, in note number 3, multimolecular colloids usually have liophobic character, while macromolecular colloids usually have liophiलिc character. Types of colloids based upon physical state. Means in lesson 8 I told you that depends upon the physical state of the dispersed phase and dispersion medium. So about that I am discussing here in detail. Types of colloids based upon physical state of dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Colloidal solutions are salts, may be classified into 3 types. On page number 4, that is aerosols. In these salts, air or any other gas may act as dispersion medium, while solid or liquid as the dispersed phase. मीन्स गैस होगा इसमें और कोई भी एयर हो सकता है डिस्पर्सन मीडियम, और सॉलिड लिक्विड हो सकता है डिस्पर्स फेज. नाउ लिक्विड सॉल्ट्स. इन दीज सॉल्ट्स लिक्विड एक्ट्स एज डिस्पर्सन मीडियम एंड सॉलिड सॉल्ट्स सॉलिड एक्ट्स एज डिस्पर्सन मीडियम. सॉलिड एंड सॉल्ट्स मीन्स हियर सॉलिड्स डिस्पर्स फेज होना चाहिए लिक्विड में. जब मैंने हियर आई से सॉल्ट्स, दिस मीन्स जनरली solid is dispersed phase and liquid is the dispersion medium. Gels means liquid is the dispersed phase and solid is the dispersion medium. And emulsion means liquids in liquids, means both are in liquid state, dispersed phase and dispersion medium, but they should be immiscible. Remember, immiscible liquids. Method of preparation of salts. Preparation of liophiलिc colloids. The liophiलिc colloids have a strong affinity, so the this can be made easily only simply by mixing. This is written in this heading. In this heading means particles of dispersed phase in dispersion medium. Therefore, these colloidal solutions are readily formed by simply mixing. Lyophilic can be made very. It is easy to make lyophilic colloids. Now, on page number 5, the substances like gelatin, gum, starch, egg, albumin, etc. pass readily into water to give colloidal solution. Preparation of lyophobic colloids. These lyophobic salts can be prepared by mixing two types of by mainly two types of methods. They are condensation methods and the another is the condensation method and other is about the dispersion method. Now, in condensation methods, there are many types by chemical reaction. Colloidal solutions can be prepared by chemical reactions leading to formation of molecules by oxidation, reduction and hydrolysis. So, these are below are the examples which are prepared on the basis of this is the example by oxidation method. Here is the example by this is the example by reduction method. When you will see observe this reaction, you will find that this is the reduction of AuCl3 is based here because AU is here in 3 state plus 3 state and here is in 0 state. By hydrolysis, so this is about the example of hydrolysis, this is about the example of double displacement reaction. Now, dispersion method. So, by electrical dispersion or Braddock's arc method. So, this is about the preparation of the lyophobic colloids by dispersion method. Now, the last is by peptidization. The process of converting a freshly prepared precipitate into colloidal salt by shaking it with dispersion medium in the presence of a small amount of electrolyte means when we convert a precipitate into colloidal solution by adding with the help of very small amount of electrolyte, then it is known as peptidization. So, very important, remember it, peptidization, because always question is asked between peptidization, difference between what is difference between peptidization and coagulation or precipitation. So, remember here, next day some facts remain to discuss with you. They are about the some definitions I will teach you or the preparation of perhaps that is about the preparation of means next day I will teach you the emulsifying agent means methods of coagulation of lyophobic salt. Coagulation means just it is reverse of the peptidization. Next day I will teach you in the next class. So, write it in your notebook and